Hello, and welcome to another update video on Link. So yeah, Link is still grinding higher, has formed a new local high today, and that all at the moment supports the idea of that blue scenario, which we talked about over the last couple of days, because after the market pushed above $25, it became quite likely that we could take the direct path to $31 and then $47. We're going to take a look at that in this video in more detail. But when I talk about the direct path, it doesn't mean that we have to necessarily start in a vertical way and there will not be any pullbacks anymore. That is not how it's meant. That is not how it works. But obviously, Link is giving us some strength. Link is pushing, and Link is one of the better performers today again. Yeah, I think we want to start with taking a quick look just at the larger time frame for a Link before we then dive into the nanostructures. So let's take a look at the Link long-term chart just to get everybody on board here. And again, I'm still tracking higher prices here. There are basically two scenarios that I'm tracking. Both are bullish. One is yellow, one is blue. They both have just slightly different microstructures, you could say. In both scenarios, however, the roadmap towards $47 is kind of it's still the focus, yeah. And now don't mix up. I can't give you financial advice or anything, but from a best practices point of view, context is everything, right? Someone sent me yesterday a message that he sold like apparently everything just to be able to buy a little lower, buy back a little lower, right? Try to do that without considering obviously the context, because what he tried to do, he tried to fight the trend, right? So it's clearly obvious that we are kind of in the early stages of that rally, but for some reason he sold to try to buy back a little lower, right? That's just, I don't know. You can do that, but why would you trade all in, all out, right? If you're rallying in the larger trend, if you're participating in a larger trend, do you really want to jump all in, all out on the smaller time frame? I don't know. If your trading plan suggests that, you can do that, but please always understand what the larger trend is, and the context. Really, context is everything. I don't always show the long-term charts in the videos, but I often do. Not always. But again, I do it often enough. And the long-term charts, some of them are available in our membership. The ones that are not, you can still look at the Tradingview live charts, copy to your Tradingview, and so on. That's part of our Discord membership. But context is so important, right? So I just want to say, don't mix it up, right? The larger time frame is always more important than the smaller time frame. So the opportunity is just there on a chart like that. It's one of the better altcoin charts. Been highlighting this for a long time. I know it's been boring for a long time, but it's been stable in contrast to a lot of the other, like you could say, pump and dump altcoins, which you can't trust at all. I mean, even Link is an altcoin which can break at any point, but at least it has a fairly stable structure. It might not be the most I don't know, trendy one, but still, it is one that is performing and that's delivering on the structure. So the roadmap here. So yeah, tracking higher prices. $31 is the next resistance level. We recently broke above this green line, the solid green line here at $23. That is a very, very important resistance level. It got broken. The next one afterwards is the $31 level. We talked about that, and above that 47. Now the $47 level, I call it out as a milestone target. I'm not highlighting that as a maximum target or anything for this move to the upside, but still it is there on the roadmap, and the price could get to 47 and then 67 and then possibly $84 next, depending on how far the extensions are and how the microstructures are developing as well. So in the blue scenario, for example, a much more direct pathway higher is possible. That's what we're going to take a look at on the smaller time frame as well. In the yellow scenario, we might see another deeper pullback, but that is becoming less likely. Obviously, you could say every hour as the price continues to push higher. Now, this is now everything zoomed in. This is the shorter time frame. You can see that from the last swing low there in August, the price has formed a 5-wave move up. That would be our yellow scenario. You can say this is a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. That would be 5 waves in wave 1. Then A, B, C could be a high B wave here. Not very likely though. And then we can get, yeah, a larger correction. That's the yellow count, just to be prepared for that in case the larger pullback unfolds. Again, that person who sent me that message, he tried to sell without even having broken any support, right? So he tried to sell to, I think, buy back in wave 2 or something. But we never really had a confirmation for that, right? We never had that break below the $20.80 level. That was our signal line that would confirm that wave 2. So again, please listen to all the words in the videos, and you shouldn't take anything here as financial advice. I just explained to you the structure, right? And it's all probabilistic. So, but all words are important. They are carefully chosen. So when I say something about should, that's not the same as will. When I say I'm considering, that's not the same as something will happen. Consider is I'm considering. It's probabilities language. So I just need to remind people sometimes as new people are coming into the space. It's all about probabilities here, and it's all about structure, not financial advice. Yeah. So I am tracking here. The yellow count allows for a deeper pullback, but still bullish as long as we're holding $13. Yeah. This is the line in the sand for the bullish scenario. Then what we can also track is the blue count, and I find the blue count is a little more likely, given that we have pushed above a critical level there at $25. But it's only more likely as long as we're holding micro support up there. So in the blue count, we only formed 3 waves up in the wave 1. That's possible, but then the third wave also needs to be a 3-wave move, right? So we have a wave 2 then, and then A, B, C in wave 3. Then we can get a wave 4 and a wave 5 that can take us indeed towards that $47 level. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame. And here, this is now where we need to be a little bit flexible, because in the blue count, this move to the upside could indeed be wave 1. I can say maybe that top was wave 1. It doesn't really make a great difference. But the support zone is what now matters. What we need to hold to keep that blue scenario alive is the $22.31 level. As long as that level is holding, the focus can be on higher prices. Below that level, probabilities shift, and we could see a deeper pullback unfold in the yellow scenario. So it's that $22.31 level at the moment. This here could be a high B wave, very common in crypto. We have not broken above resistance yet, which is between $25.05 and $26.12, other than a wick, but that was not a break of resistance, right? And then we could get a C wave down, which could then complete blue wave 2, and then from there, a third wave rally could start. So that's what I'm tracking currently on the link chart. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. I also invite you to join us on X for additional updates. Feel free to follow us here. Check out our channel. There are, just make sure you have some humor. There are additional updates though, faster updates sometimes, more updates about certain coins, sometimes coins that we don't even cover on YouTube, sometimes video updates, and much more. So check it out. You can also ask questions. I'll be there after this video. So yeah, see you over there. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.